If you're looking to get some cool fuzz and distortion tones here on your guitars in GarageBand, then FuzzPlus 3 could be a great option. It's a free AUV3 plugin made by Audio Damage, who make some great stuff. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we can use the FuzzPlus 3 here in GarageBand. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete, and this is Studio Live Today, where I help you create, record, and release your best music. And today we're back in GarageBand because we're going to take a look at this plugin. It's another free plugin from Audio Damage. I've covered their free compressor, the Rough Rider 2, before. Today we're looking for some distortion. We've got the FuzzPlus 3. Now, GarageBand does have its own built-in distortion, which we can use here in our plugins by going to the Edit option, adding a plugin here, and you can scroll down here and add in distortion. But distortion a little bit limited. We've got drive, tone, and output here. We don't have some additional control. So let's load up FuzzPlus 3, and you can see here we've got frequency, resonance, distortion level, feedback, and level control. So let's show you now how we can download, install, and use FuzzPlus 3 here in GarageBand. So the first thing you need to do is go to the App Store and download FuzzPlus. Once you've got it downloaded, come here into GarageBand and go to the mixer icon here, to plugins and EQ, and tap on the edit button in the top right corner there. We can now add in additional plugins. So let's tap a plus button here, and we'll tap over here on audio unit extensions. Now, if that was all too quick, I've got a video which will be linked up the top and down in the description that shows you how to get here and do this in more detail. But what we're going to do is we're going to come down and we're going to tap on FuzzPlus 3, and this adds this in. So this is very cool. We can use third-party apps. I know every time I do it, it blows me away. We can use third-party apps as plugins here in GarageBand and other DAWs on our iPhone and iPad. So now we can tap on the FuzzPlus 3 icon and we can start setting our levels and setting this. But first, let's turn this off and take a listen to the guitar part that we're going to be using to add some distortion. So I've just grabbed one of the guitar loops that we have here in GarageBand, and at the moment it sounds like this. So just a nice, we'll just turn it up a little bit so we can hear it as we process it here. So it's got a little bit of crunch to it already. But what if we wanted to really fuzz this up a bit? Well, let's not turn this on first, because what I strongly suggest is tapping on the icon here. And the first thing we want to do is actually dial our levels and our distortion all the way down. Because like anything, any plugins that you put on here, if you turn it on and it's up way too loud, it could either blow up your ears or blow up your device, or at least, crash your phone. And we don't want you to do any of those things. So we'll turn everything down, we'll hit done, and then we'll turn this FuzzPlus back on. And now we can start playing this sample and we'll start dialing in and seeing what each of these different settings does. All right, so let's hit play on our loop here and we'll dial in this level. So if we dial that level back up to 0, it's not really doing anything at this point because we don't have any of the distortion or the feedback on here. So let's just put this at a lower level, and then we're going to pick a frequency here. So this is just our high pass filter. So you can hear that the higher we go there, it just changes the frequency that that's at. We can then add the resonance in here. So it sort of goes a little bit more trebly and crunchy as we bring that up. So let's put this somewhere around the middle there. And now we'll dial down the level a bit and bring in some distortion. So that's probably a bit too much. We'll dial it back a bit. And then we can bring some feedback into the mix. So you can hear there very quickly that we're starting to really sculpt this sound. If we come back here and we put it back in our mix with our original instruments, it just adds that extra bit. Like, we don't have to go nuts. You don't have to put your distortion up to 11. You can just dial in a bit. And in fact, there's probably even a little bit too much distortion and feedback here. And we probably need the level a little bit higher now. Let's just hit play. Over me and all of the time. And we'll turn it off. Autumn haze is coming and back on. So, I mean, that won't be everyone's cup of tea here, but you can see that we got some great options here. If you've got a guitar that you just need to dirty up a bit, just add a bit of fuzz, a bit of distortion too, then FuzzPlus 3 gives you some great controls and flexibility here, being able to dial in your level, your feedback, your distortion, your resonance, and your frequency there. You can really sculpt your sound and really improve your tracks. And there you have it. Check the links down in the description if you want to pick up the great FuzzPlus 3 by Audio Damage. There's also 2 more videos about other cool plugins right down below that you can check out. Subscribe to the channel by clicking or tapping in the top right corner, and I hope to see you on the next video.